Midfield.
Darnell Savage on the tackle. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at their 49-yard line.
Here's second and a yard. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. A check down here for Henry. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that is incomplete.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll look to throw. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Running from the gun with Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Now for the point after. And this is good. Our score, 7-0 Tennessee.
Next score, Titans 7, Packers 0.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Let's go.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Rodgers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. Flush to his right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Now Rodgers. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he powers through the first lane, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
2nd and 11.
To throw is Rodgers. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this is caught. A big connection on that one. 37 yards.
For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Jones.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Rosas good with the extra point. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually broke that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Henry. Not much there, only a yard. Still 9 remaining on second down. He'll look to throw. And this is Cook with a grab. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Back to throw again. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Well, they'll say no to the 46-yard field goal try. They're going to go for it. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on fourth down. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it second down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
Rodgers now on first down. Caught by Cobb. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Throwing is Rodgers. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. Whoa! It still won't go down.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Rodgers to throw once more. Touchdown, Packers.
Robert Tonyan,
his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 14-7. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with him trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
Now a play fake here on first down. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on first down. In trouble, and he's taken down. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. He'll drop to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. This time they stay on the ground. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. On second down, it's Jones. They juked him, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Rodgers now on first down. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Well, if my calculations are correct here, and I think that they are, he's now over 55,000 career passing yards.
Well, you did get a fine education in the Midwest, my friend, so I know that happened, okay?
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Back to throw now in his own end zone. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. That catch good for 5. It's third down. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
That's good. First down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Now we've got movement up front. I think this is going to be on the Titans. And that'll set them back 5. They go play action here on first down. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for first and 10.
Watch 36 to Mike.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
74 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Back to throw now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Titans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8.
Watch 36. 36 to Mike. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. Mike, 36.
He'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
2nd and 2.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them. Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all in? Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Here's Rodgers. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up third down on the sack. Throwing now is Rodgers. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 26.
And the Titans are right back in this football game.
A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
A check down here for Henry.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Now we've got movement up front. I think this is going to be on the Titans. A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. They'll look to throw.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Back to throw. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the 1st. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And they'll get this down to the 10. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments, and anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Henry's got it out on the left side. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
He's back to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. The extra point splits the uprights, and it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took a